Booyaka shot. Booyaka shot. Booyaka shot. Cheer. All I do is mock, no matter what. Got drafts on my mind, I don't really give a what. And every time I step up in the draft room, everybody teams go up, and they stay there, and they stay there. And they say round 1, round 2, round 3. All I do is mock. And if you want to mock, throw it up every week when we show up. Ludacris going in there. I'm sorry. In this episode, we will be conducting a 12-team mock draft for points leagues on ESPN. We believe every NBA fan should support fantasy basketball content. So if you're watching this right now, you are watching the live version of this episode. We're about 5 minutes from jumping off the mock draft. Every week we do these at 10:30 Eastern time. So if you want to pull up and join us for the actual mock draft, all you have to do is visit our Discord community, which is free for you to be a part of it. All you have to do is visit believeinfantasy.com. So we're going to have a fun show tonight. We already got the draft room full. And like I said, this is the live version if you're hearing the sound of my voice right now. This video is going to go offline in about 30 to 40 minutes. If you want to save it for later, just grab the URL wherever you're watching it, especially if you're watching on YouTube. I think on X it won't work because we're actually going to delete the video. But if you're tuning in on YouTube, grab the URL right now and then you can refer back to it. The video will not be deleted or removed. It will just be unlisted. So we'll edit this bad boy and it'll probably be launched tomorrow at about 12 noon Eastern time. So if you want to see the edited version, we're going to add some little clips and stuff just to make it fun, some sound effects, just trying to up the quality a little bit this season, you know what I mean? So we 4 minutes. Let me not get too off track, but you know how we do. We got to always give a shout out to all of the people that showed up to the draft. So big shout out to my man, Joey, Reed, Mark Leway, B-Ball Dad, JK, Daniel, Brett, Isaiah, Jason, Sean, and Dane. And Dane are in the building. Let's pull up to the comments to see what we got going on over here. We got some action. Big shout out to my man, JK. Thank you so much for being here, my brother. And then we got, of course, a Believe in Fantasy veteran. Your man might be a veteran or a letterman or like a Hall of Fame. Woo. Yo, I'm going on some hip hop stuff tonight, y'all. My man Brett B. Ballin says, won't be talking here much because I got in this time. Okay, well, I know you're going to clean up in this draft, my guy. Clean up on round 4, please. Brett is up. Reed says, let's go. Then we got Kill Raven in the building. What up, Kill Raven? Really excited to see everybody here. Okay, so let me lock in. Because when this draft room opens up, we jumping all the way in like nobody's business. We're not playing no games. I would say that my last draft, if you guys were here, we actually I pivoted from a strategy that I was trying to do. I was trying to do something fun. This one, I'm just trying to give value. I'm not messing around. No gimmicks. Yo, no gimmicks, no tricks. I'm not trying anything funny. I don't got anything up my sleeves. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be straight up value. I'm going to do my best. And I will admit, because we don't have all of the projections on all of the sites, I'm just kind of finding my way through all of this. And this is what this is about. I tell people all the time, fantasy basketball championships are not won during the season. They are, in fact, won during the offseason. So that's why we in the gym putting up shots early. Like if you didn't see last week, we had episodes from my man Matty G. We had episodes from my man D-Mac. D-Mac and Matty G was on an episode. My man Matty G had a show with Adam King from the Old Man Squad Network. He also had one with my man Pierre from the Menace Podman team. So like it's wild out here. We out here cooking up with hot bacon grease. Let's go. And then we got my man Brett. One more comment. He says, also, what are your thoughts on Chet for Cat in a dynasty? Maybe a video answer if you want to hit. Ooh, that's good. You see me out here with the video responses, right? I'm not playing no games. Off the top of my head, I'm okay with. I would hold Chet if I'm the Chet manager. There's no telling where his ceiling is. He's so young, and Cat, although he's great right now, he will regress. He will regress. Okay, cool. So keep the comments coming. At the end of the show, we're going to stick around and answer all of the questions and hang out for a little bit. Want to make these live streams a little more robust, because later on we'll actually publish the live stream later after the episode comes out, just so people can see what it's like just chilling out with the fam here. So let's go ahead and lock in and get this thing going. I'm about 56 seconds from this freaking mock draft room opening. I am beyond hyped. Let me get a sip of my drink, y'all. Hold up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm powered up now. I'm powered up. I'm powered up. Oh man, I'm ready to go. 30 seconds before we open this room. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got another comment from my main man, B-Ball Dad. He says, let's go. Got it. You got in, B-Ball Dad. I know B-Ball Dad is new to the community. Super grateful for you. Let's go. Oh, yeah, Brett be balling. If you giving up Cat for Chat, I'll be open for that. You might want to see if you can get more, too. See if they can throw in a second piece or a draft pick as well, because, you know, Cat is valuable right now. He will regress. Okay, here we go. Entering to the draft. Oh man, I'm mad excited. I ain't bring no wings to no drafts yet. So please don't mind me, y'all. Wings coming, wings are coming. Okay, cool. So we 1 minute in. Let me jump in on this. So here we are in the draft room, jumping right into the value. My main man, Joey, is up with the first pick. You know who he gonna pick. So here we are, y'all. We in the draft room, ready to cook up with some hot bacon grease. My man Joey is up with the first pick, and you know who he's going to pick. I could give you 3 guesses, but you probably only need one. And I'm not a psychic. I'm not Miss Cleo out here, but I can predict. Let me use my fantasy basketball senses here. I can predict that yes, he's going to pick the Joker. And number 2 off the board, let me get another minute to just kind of figure that out. That's going to be Wemby. And third, hold up. Let me see if I can get this right. One more. That's going to be your man SGA. I could be wrong. I could. Oh, baby. Okay, first pick. Let's go, Joey. Don't let me down. We ain't got no auto drafters right now. This is like a mock drafter's dream. I am sitting here like Nikola Jokic. I told you, Nikola Jokic at the 1-1, at the 1-2, Victor Wembanyama. I promise you, at the 3, we gonna have SGA. Watch it. Here we go. This is my man. Oh, he takes Luka. The Don is off the board. Oh my God. Don is off the board. At 4, we got SGA. I'm okay with that. And listen, guys, there's nothing wrong with drafting skinny Luka. This is something that I've been talking about, and I'm actually going to do some special episodes about it, because I believe that Luka will actually get that championship for you, not in real life. For you, not in real life. But let's get back to the recap. After Luka the Don, we got SGA at the 1-4. At the 1-5, we got Anthony Davis. I haven't been seeing Anthony Davis go this high in mock draft, so that's a really good sign. I'm rolling up to my pick soon, so let me go ahead and lock in and take a look at who we got here. So if available, I would definitely be looking at a player like Karl Anthony Towns here. I would definitely be looking at a player like Trae Young here. I would definitely be looking at a player like James Harden here. Also very interested in Steph Curry in this area. So these are all players that I'm willing to take. I'm up right now, and we have a few of the guys that I was interested in. Karl Anthony Towns is no longer on the board, so I'm really looking at Maxey here, maybe Harden, maybe LeBron, and Harden. So I could build out an older man squad here. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab Harden with the first one, and then the second pick. It's tempting, right? It's tempting to go old here, but I always like the idea of upside. I don't believe that your man Joel Embiid is going to stay healthy, so I think Tyrese Maxey is still going to cook. So we're going to go ahead and draft Maxey. It was tempting to get LeBron, especially because I haven't drafted him yet this offseason, but I'm going to just stick to having one old guy and one young guy, two backcourt contributors. Let's see how it plays out. Now we can catch up. I won't be back to pick for a long time. So let's go ahead and get back to the recap. At the 1-7, we got Anthony Edwards. Yes. At the 1-8, Cade Cunningham. Love it. Domantas Sabonis at the 1-9. For a points league, this works very well. This would be crazy in a category league. People would be like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? This is great for a points league. He contributes in so many areas. One of the leaders in the league in double doubles and also right up there for triple doubles as well. I love Domantas Sabonis. Trae Young, he's going to be dishing and swishing. We got Karl Anthony Towns. We got James Harden. I grabbed at the 112. And then at the top of the second, I grabbed Tyrese Maxey. Then we have Devin Booker at the 2-2, Stephen Curry at the 2-3, LeBron, father of time, James at the 2-4. I'm not mad at that at all. I actually give an air horn for LeBron James because we have never seen anything like this. When I talk about, I was on live stream the other day on TikTok talking about like the GOAT conversation and how LeBron has always been like in that top 3 for me. Sometimes it was Kareem, sometimes it was him, but it was always Jordan at 1. But my criteria didn't take into consideration longevity. And because longevity was never a part of it, he couldn't compete with Jordan or Kareem stats. However, seeing this run, y'all, let me know in the chat. Like, this is crazy. I call him LeBron, father of time, James, a.k.a. the vampire, because your man is still averaging like 25 points a game, and he's like in his 21st year. This is wild work. Wild work. All right, let's get back to the recap. After LeBron James, we have Jalen Brunson at 2-5. At the 2-6, we got Jalen Williams, Kevin Durant at the 2-7, Paolo Banchero at the 2-8, Alperen the Goon, Şengün at the 2-9. At the 2-10, we got Donovan Mitchell. And then your man's in him. Will he play? Will he not play? LaMelo Ball at the 2-11. And then closing out the second round, we got your man, Scotty Barnes. We got Scotty Barnes. Really quick, I want to talk to you guys, man. This is something that I have not been mentioning in the show, but I have to bring it back. Guys, if you visit BelieveInFantasy.com, you can enter to win a $100 Amazon gift card. What? Come on, man. And we also giving away a bunch of rookie cards. I have them all right here in my desk. Look at this. All these rookie cards. Oh my God. I got Tyrese Halliburton. We're not giving away all of these. We're giving away all of these. And then we're giving you one of these. If you're listening at home, I'm showing them this Cade Cunningham PSA 9 that right now on YouTube is the card that's leading to be your mystery card. So just know that tuning in and being a part of our community is not just getting the value from our analysts, from myself, from the community to win your league. That we give, but we also give away a bunch of stuff too, just to make sure we keep you engaged, keep you excited. Wanted to make sure you know, visit BelieveInFantasy.com. If you are already a member of the community and you go to that site and you're like, hey, I'm already signed up, what? All you have to do is hit us in the actual Discord and we'll share the link with you to take a short survey, and that survey will enter you into the contest. Remember, BelieveInFantasy.com to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Let's get back to the mock draft. All right, cool. So after Scotty Barnes at the 212, Oh, my apologies. Yeah. I have LaMelo Ball at the 211. Then we have Scotty Barnes at the 212. At the top of the third, we got Jalen Johnson at the 3-2, Franz Wagner at the 3-3. At the 3-4, we got Evan Mobley. At the 3-5, King Cooper Flag off the board. I love that, man. I'm like, listen, I don't get hype off of rookies. If you look at my track record, I don't believe in rookies until I see it. But this guy right here, different work. After Cooper Flag, we got De'Aaron Fox, Tyler Hero at the 3-7. Wow. What will be left? Scraps. Amin Thompson at the 3-8, and then at the 3-9, Pascal Siakam. Interesting to see Pascal Siakam dropping. Early on in our draft season, we were seeing him go as early as the 2-3, 2-4. Interesting to see him drop like that. Jimmy, $100 cup of coffee off the board at the 3-10. Sean, I wouldn't do that. Early for me. But I could be wrong. Maybe he's going to cook up. Okay. I haven't drafted Vucevic yet. I'm looking at Vucevic. I'm looking at Ja Morant. I'm looking at Chet Holmgren, Josh the Giddler. So let me go ahead and grab my man. I'll grab Vucevic here. And then I'm going to grab Chet. So I'll just go ahead and grab my big guys here. Now, I would note, Vucevic won a lot of people leagues last year. And I am not a Vucevic guy. Honestly, I'm always worried about Vucevic, right? But my man Matty G's funny. Matty G was on the show the other day with D-Mac on D-Mac's show, and they were talking about Vucevic, and it was one of the best pieces of fantasy basketball content I've seen in a while. I love their opposing positions on it, and D-Mac had a really good point that at any minute they might trade away Vucevic and his value will just be a question mark. Where Matty G's position was, you know what? They've been saying they're going to trade him since he got there, which for me was like, yeah, you're right. Like they've been saying that they're going to trade this guy since he got there. So for me, in this mock draft, I think I'll take the risk to go ahead and sort out my front court. I already have my back court sorted out, and now I'll see if I can gather some of these wings in the next couple of rounds. But I thought that was an interesting exchange between those brothers. And if you want to check them out, they'll be on the network as well in the Believe in Fantasy team on my stream, also sharing their content here. Really excited about everything we're doing with our team. Also, we're going to be announcing a couple new team members this week, but I'll keep that under wraps on who that's going to be. Let's get back to this recap. After Jimmy, $100 cup of coffee, we got Zubats at the 311, Vucevic at the 312, Chet Holmgren at the 4-1, Kawhi, busted thigh, Leonard at the 4-2. And this is my favorite name. Of all the names that I say for players on this podcast, y'all, this is it. At the 4-3, we got your men's in them. From the Chicago Bulls, Josh, the Giddler, Giddy at the 4-3. Then I got my man at the 4-4, Ja, with the blicky on the live stream, Morant. At the 4-4. Then we got my man Zion, how the mighty have fallen, Williamson. After that, we got DeMar, not like us, DeRozan. They not like us. Every time I do the not like us dance on this podcast, I end up auto drafting. Let's hope that don't happen. After my man DeMar DeRozan, we got Bam Adebayo at the 4-7. Then we got Jamal Murray at the 4-8. I don't know how to feel about Jamal Murray, man. Like, I like Jamal Murray, but it's like, I don't really know there's something going on there. Like, and when I feel that tension, something I heard a long time ago, when you feel the tension, pay attention to the tension. And something about this whole this whole situation with your man, Jamal Murray, it makes me raise an eyebrow. I don't know if it's because I don't think he'll perform on that level, or if I think that maybe it's the value is too low. I can't make anything of it. Last year, according to hashtag basketball, he came in at 41, and I believe their default settings are Yahoo, but he came in at 41 according to hashtag. He averaged 21.4 points per game, 3.9 rebounds, and 6 assists, pretty good, 1.4 steals. I don't know. 2 turnovers. I don't know how I feel about that. Is that too high? Let me know what y'all think. Is that too high for your man? He went in this draft at the 4-8. After Jamal Murray, we have Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 4-9. At the 4-10, we got your men's in him, Desmond. Bring the pain, Bane. I came to bring the Bane hardcore to your brain. After Desmond Bane, we had Josh Hart, and I got a pick, so let me lock in real quick. Let me see if I can go ahead and get a few players lined up. Ooh, it gets kind of nasty down here. Ooh, it's not okay. Okay. Interested in Julius Randle here. Oh, we'll never draft Paul George again. Not going to do it to myself. I cannot. I drafted D'Angelo Russell a couple of mock drafts. Up in my mouth over here. Jared Allen is interesting here, but I got bigs on bigs on bigs. I don't know. But I want Jared Allen. I'm not taking Fred VanVleet again. Like, I won't make that mistake again. I went way too high on him last time. But I think I'm okay with that. I'll just grab Jared Allen, and on the turn, I'll grab Julius Randle. I'm okay with that. Now, I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with my wings, because I haven't really picked any wings. I don't know if I'll be able to grab, because I'm not taking somebody like Paul George. I'll be open to a RJ Barrett, a player like that, or maybe somebody who has, dual position eligibility or something like that. But I'm going to start queuing some of those guys up. So like Norman Powell, if he's available, I'll be open to that. Cam Thomas, not as excited about it, but by the time I'm drafting, that might be of interest to me. Denny Avdia, definitely, if I can get him in the 7th, 8th round, I'll be interested in that. Devin Vassell, not as high on him. Peyton Pritchard, I do like a little more. I'm okay with Anthony Simons. I'd like to get somebody with like shooting guard, small forward eligibility. Somebody like Bradley Beal in the 8th round. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? And also maybe even targeting some rookies later on, like an Ace Bailey or something like that. But I think this is okay. This is okay for me to have some of these folks in the queue here. I feel a lot better. This is okay for me. Let me get back to this recap and see if we can catch up. So after Josh Hart at the 4-11, we had Jalen Green at the 4-12, Joel Embiid off the board at the 5-1. Now, I've spoken about this a couple of times during our drafts. It's okay to draft Joel Embiid. It's okay to draft him. It's where you draft him that you want to pay attention to. So I think in this 5th round area, I've seen him also go in the 4th. I think it's totally fine, because what you're doing is you're taking a risk that could lead to a 1st round reward. Let that sink in. You draft a guy in the 4th, 5th round, bottom of the 4th, top of the 5th, and then he can turn into, if healthy, knock on wood, right? He can turn into a 1st round player. So again, not a risk that I'm willing to take if I've already drafted a player like Kawhi Leonard, like LaMelo Ball, like Anthony Davis. But if you have a bunch of historically healthy folks on your team, it might be a good look to grab him. So I'm all for that. But this guy, this is somebody, man, I might have been better off grabbing him with one of my last picks. At the 5-2, Dyson, the Merchant of Theft, Daniels, a.k.a. the Burglar. At the 5-3, we got Derek White. At the 5-4, we got Zach. Watch your back, Levine. And then we got at the 5-5, Jordan. leave the kids at the pool with the baddies.
Okay.
Then after that, we got Austin Reeves at the 5'6", at the 5'7", Mikal Bridges, love that pick. We got Trey Murphy the third, the 5'8". At the 5'9", we got Brandon Miller. Oh my God, I love that pick. At the 5'10", we got Rudy Gobert. At the 5'11", we got Kobe White. I grabbed Jarrett Allen at the 5'12". I couldn't have grabbed the Merchant of Theft. I wouldn't have had it. I think Julius Randle is value here at the 6'1". At the 6'2", Jalen Duren. Ooh, I like that too, though. That's good. Darius Garland at the 6'3". He is banged up, so you might have to be patient with that, but not mad at that pick at all. DeJounte Murray, same story. A player that you're going to draft. He will be banged up, but when he comes back, he'll bring tons of value. And I think I have to look that up, but definitely he's been banged up. Miles Bridges at the 6'5". Oh, Miles Turner at the 6'6". I might do the all Miles team too. Ideas. 6'7", we got Walker, the Stalker, Kessler. Michael Porter Jr. at the 6'8". Lauri Markkanen at the 6'9". I think that might be a little high for Lauri, but if he plays, it pays. At the 6'10", we got Jakob Poeltl. At the 6'11", Brandon Ingram. People are sleeping on Brandon Ingram. I love that. I don't love them sleeping on him. I love that he grabbed him. At the 6'12", closing out the 6th round, we got Fred VanVleet. At the 7'1", we got R.J. Barrett. 7'2", Mark Williams. Not crazy about Mark Williams. John Collins, I am. Lob City 2.0. After John Collins, we got Denny Avdia. All my guys are going off the board. Still got a few left. At the 7'5", we got OG Anunoby. At the 7'6", Chris Porzingis. 7, Kyrie Irving. We're going to talk more about Kyrie Irving because that might have been the fastest board. After Kyrie, we have CJ McCollum, too old. 7'8", we got Peyton Pritchard. Okay. Anthony Simons. And then I'm up. So I got a few of my guys still on the board. So I got Norman Powell and I got Bradley Beal here. Not very interested in much else. Jalen Suggs, I am interested in. I like Suggs, but I think I like the others better. First of all, I'm going to grab Norman Powell. I think grabbing Norman Powell here in the 8th round, super value. Cam Thomas or Beal, I wish the chat could respond. Chat, can you get in there? Who would you take, Thomas or Beal? Quickly. Thomas, Beal, quickly. Let's see if the chat can do it. Come on, chat. Come on. Okay, we're going to take Beal. Okay, cool. So I'll be back up in a couple of minutes. But before we do that, let's go ahead and pull up and see what's happening in the comments. We got a bunch happening, so let's check it out. Let me see. We got a Thomas. See, Kill Raven said take Thomas. I took Beal. Ayton would have been good. But I got all those big guys, man. I'm like, I just needed some wing action. I didn't have any wing action. Thomas, another one, Highlight Factory. And then JK said Cam. So you guys would have went Thomas there. I'm not mad at that at all. Ray says, hey, can you take a screenshot of the draft board at the end of the draft and share it with the Discord chat? That's a really good idea. Why not? AP Jones, what it do, my guy? Yeah. All right, let's get back to this recap. All right, cool. So after, we got to still go back about the Kyrie thing. So let's quickly just touch on the Kyrie thing. So again, I haven't seen Kyrie go as early as the 7th round. So this is definitely new. And Brett did that. So Brett is a knowledgeable, very talented fantasy mind. I give him, like, he's an honorary, analyst in our group, if you will. He's like a specialist in the community. So I love the fact that people are prioritizing Kyrie. So again, on your draft board, circle certain names to make sure you pay attention, because I wouldn't go 7. I would definitely go 9 or 10 though. And I had him here. I think I put down 10. I won't show you because I'll show you the rest of my picks. And I know you guys are snipers. But Kyrie is somebody we want to pay attention to, because when he comes back and after he's ramped up, he could be at 100% during your fantasy basketball playoffs trying to fight for playoff position with his team. So he might be playing at an elite level. So that's something we want to be mindful of. Okay, let's get back to this recap. After CJ McCollum, we have Peyton Pritchard, Anthony Simons, Christian Brown. I grabbed Howell to close out the 7th round. At the top of the 8th, I grabbed Bradley Beal. Should have grabbed was it Cam Johnson? No, it should have been Cam Thomas I was going for. DeAndre Ayton at the 8-3. Cam Thomas goes at the 8-4. Isaiah Hartenstein. I love that pick. Can I get a freaking air horn or something for that? God, I love Isaiah Hartenstein. Dylan Harper. Whoa. Dylan Harper, the 2nd rookie off the board. The rookies are going earlier and earlier in these mock drafts, y'all. Emmanuel Quickly at the 8-7. I want to talk a little bit about Dylan Harper, too. Dylan Harper, even though I think he's a really gifted player, I think the roadmap to minutes and usage, I don't know if it's there. He might be the backup, but think about it. De'Aaron Fox is the starting point guard. Let that sink in. Stephon Castle, rookie of the year. Let that sink in. So there's a lot of mouths to feed there. And he's a rookie. So I don't know if they're going to throw him into the deep into the pool to start out his career. But for me, I wouldn't go 8. There's a lot of other names I'm going to say here that I would have before, that I prefer to have before Dylan Harper. For example, at the 8-7, Emmanuel Quickly would take him over Harper. Suggs, take him over Harper. Oh, hold up. Jalen, shorty, want to be a Suggs. Want to be a Suggs. Got the Sugg life tatted on my chest. Can you feel me? At the 8-8. At the 8-9, Paul, don't draft him, George. Simply put, don't draft him. At the 8-10, we got Malik Monk. I'm not messing with Malik Monk this season. Nick Claxton, I'll be okay with that. Tobias Harris at the 8-12, Old Faithful. At the 9-1, to lead off the 9th round, we got Devin Vassell. At the 9-2, Jaden Ivey. At the 9-3, we got Andrew Wiggins. At the 9-4, we got Asar Thompson. And at the 9-5, we have Naz Reid. And then we got my man Daniel up. He's on the clock. And I want to say big shout out to everybody who pulled up to this mock draft, because we have not had a pick, not even a pick auto pick. You know how it is when you mock drafting. You got to go to the bathroom. You got to take the garbage out. Your wife called you. Your girlfriend texted you. The app froze. These guys are absolute fantasy basketball sickos. Not nay one of them jokers have jumped off for Nathan. So I am wildly impressed. Off the hook. After Naz Reid, we got Ace Bailey. Love that pick. We got Onyeka Okongwu at the 9-7. And let me lock in and go ahead and queue up a few picks here for myself, because I'm up soon. So I don't know if VJ's still around. So if VJ's still around, let's see if VJ's still around. Nope, VJ's not here. Okay, cool. So that plan is out the window. So quickly, let me make a panic pick here. And might go Pajimski or McCain here. Pajimski or McCain. Let me grab McCain. I'm gonna just grab McCain. People forget how good McCain was before he went down. And I'm not sure if VJ is gonna come in and steal his thunder. But let's see what else we can do here. So looking at Gafford here, looking at Gordon. I'm not drafting your man Russell again. I'm gonna grab my man. Dan. That's a panic pick, y'all. That's a panic pick. That's a panic pick. Robbin, you disappoint me. How could you pick Dan Gafford to add with the rest of the trees in the forest? Your team looks like the Alps, just a bunch of mountainous figures. What have you done to thee? What have you done to thee? I'm doing my thing. All right, cool. Let's lock in. Back to the recap. Dang, I wish I would have grabbed VJ. Man. After Ace Bailey, we have Onyeka Okongwu. At the 9-8, Andrew Nimhard. At the 9-9, VJ Edgecombe. At the 9-10, Alex Sarr. At the 9-11, Stefan Castle. I grabbed Jared McCain. I'm excited to see what he does. Y'all forget. Do not forget. People are hyped about VJ, which makes sense. Paul George will not be around, y'all. And when he is, he won't be there for long. I know there's a lot of mouths to feed in the backcourt, but these young brothers, Tyrese Maxey, Jared McCain, VJ Edgecombe, they will make it work. And I think in the 9th round, maybe it's a little early, maybe a round or two early, but I'll take it. Dan Gafford, come on, man. He going to cook up. At the 10-2, we got Draymond Green. At the 10-3, we got Jabari Smith Jr., Walter Clayton Jr. at the 10-4, P.J. Washington, Brandon Pajemski at the 10-6, at the 10-7, Aaron Gordon, 10-8, Jaden McDaniels. And I'm going to quickly just take a minute to queue up a few players because I want to make sure I'm all good and ready to go. I want my man Khan. I don't know if he's going to be around, but I'll go ahead and grab him there. There's a couple of them. Ryan there. Okay, got a few there. Okay, cool. And let's see if we can get some more vets here. Very much interested in Bilal Coulibaly. I just think the whole Washington Wizards, like young core, man, I think there's so much potential there. And it's just so many names and guys. Who is it? Trey Johnson, like another guy I want to queue up. Like there's a lot happening with those young guys. So that's something that we want to be mindful of. You know, some of these players are later in the draft, so you won't necessarily see them. So you got to like kind of scroll down, queue them up, and make sure that you get them lined up so you can get them on your squad. So just be really, really mindful of that. Make sure you queue up who you got to queue up so you can get them on your squad. I'm going to keep digging down here before I go back to the recap. Benedict Mathurin, another player that I think will benefit from the absence of Tyrese Halliburton. So, Isaiah Collier. I love that, man. Oh, my God. People are not even thinking about him. He's going into the waiver wire pool. Come on, man. We got I'm not even going to say his name out loud. Because I know y'all jokers is watching and sniping. But I will type the names in. Oh, off the board already? They grabbed Jay Huff. Jay Huff, man, listen. Y'all better pay attention. Jay Huff is that dude. Oh, man. Once you hear that little binging sound, that means that they are sniping your guys. So let me go ahead and get back to the recap because there's nothing I can do to save myself at this point. It is inevitable. My players will be stolen. That sound is relentless. It's relentless. And it's a sad, sad feeling. And the next player they take from you is Khan Knipple, the sniped from your queue. Sniped. Okay, cool. After Aaron Gordon, we have Jaden McDaniels, Russell D'Angelo, that is, at the 10-9, Herb Jones, Igor Demin, Jonathan Kuminga, Klay Thompson, Derek Lively, the second, Donovan Clingan, Scoot the Boot, Henderson, Matas Buzeles. Gosh, I got to get him earlier. I got to grab him in the 9th, 10th. Keegan Murray, Bilal Coulibaly, Khan Knipple, Ryan Kalkbrenner, Shaden Sharp. My entire queue gone. Jeez Louise, man. I'm going to grab Mathurin here. Give me another wing. And then I'm going to grab, let me know in the chat, Trey Johnson, Isaiah Collier. Come on, chat. What y'all going to, is there a delay here? We got to have more time. I'm going to go Trey Johnson. I don't have many rooks. Trey Johnson. Let's cook. Oh, I got one more pick? Okay, great. Let me go queue up a few more people before I go back to the recap. So I think There's some goodness still here. I'm not messing with your man Chris Middleton. I'm all the way out on Chris Middleton. Sorry, I cannot. I don't have the bandwidth to deal with that. No way. Bub Carrington, on the other hand, yeah, totally, dude. I'm down for some daggone Bub Carrington. Young Bubs in the building. Mr. Bubs is in the building. Swagger on 100,000 trillion. After Bubs, I'll be looking at I'll be Caruso in the points league, not as sexy. But remember, guys, in those I know who I want. There he goes. Gershon Ubaselli. I'll be open to that. Here's one thing, and I try to say it a lot because I don't know if this would be the last time a person sees or hears me, right? So, like, depending on your level of commitment, some people are like, they only pay attention to fantasy when they're in draft season, and then they kind of like are in and out and they end up losing, right? Whatever it is. Some people are doing it just in the season where they're following us throughout the season and they just drafted whatever they draft. So I don't know if this will be like the last time you hear from me or if it's the first time you ever hear. But this lesson I repeat over and over again. Those last 3 rounds of your draft, if you're hearing the sound of my voice before you do your actual draft, remember, that's where you want to take risks. That's where you want to swing for the fences. That's where you want to like aim for upside, because if in fact somebody hits somebody that maybe people ain't checking for, or maybe you believe is going to be better, like last year, Rob Dillingham was my pick. He didn't play out last year, but this year there's going to be somebody that will be the league winning type player, right? Also, those last 3 players might end up on your waiver wire, because if you didn't know, if you're new to fantasy, most fantasy players who are successful practice streaming, which is basically picking new players to fill empty roster slots, and they usually have 2 to 3 slots available to do that. So your bottom 2 or 3 players might end up in the waiver wire pool. You know what I'm saying? So don't get too caught up on like, oh, I need to make sure I get some stability in round 12 and 13. Nah, man. Lock in on upside. Straight up and down. All right, let's get back to the recap. After the laughter comes the tears. After the laughter comes the tears. So after Concanipple, we had Kalkbrenner, Shaden Sharp, Tamani Kamara. I grabbed Benedict Mathurin. Then I grabbed Trey Johnson. Very happy with that pick. Drew Holiday at the 12-12. Zachary Ricochet at the 12-3. Isaiah Collier at the 12-4. Ayo Desumnu at the 12-5. Kaman Maluach at the 12-6. Love that pick, by the way. Tariq Eason at the 12-7. Khalil Ware. Ooh, you got to circle his name as well at the 12-8. Aaron Nesmith at the 12-9. I think he'll eat with this Tyrese Halliburton injury. And I also think the next pick, TJ McConnell, will also eat at the 12-10. Scotty Pippen Jr. at the 12-11. At the 12-12, Santi Aldama. Not as crazy about Santi as others, but it is what it is. Kelly Oubre Jr. at the 13-1. Kasparis Jakunis at the 13-2. Bobby Crazy Eyes Porter at the 13-3. And then we got Dante DiVincenzo at the 13-4. Oh, man. That's who I didn't have circled tonight. Kyle Filipowski at the 13-5. That is a pick. Jonas Valanciunas at the 13-6. Bub Carrington at the 13-7. At the 13-8, we got Lonzo Ball and then Yang Hansen at the 13-9. Love that pick.
Okay.
At the 13-10, we got Kyle Kuzma. At the 13-11, we have not had one auto pick. This is the most phenomenal group of drafters I have had in my career, y'all. This is crazy. At the 13-11, we got Cam Whitmore. And with the final pick, I'm up. I'm gonna grab my man Ubaselli. That is wild, Joe. The literally the best group of drafters. I don't remember ever. It's always one, right? And one thing too that we see is like we're all there to draft, but then right at the end, people are like, all right, my last 2-3 picks, I don't care anymore. That's phenomenal, man. That's a testament to this community. That warms my heart. That warms my heart. All right, cool. Let's get into it. I'm going to give myself an honest review of my team. I'm going to give it my traditional 1 to 5 GOAT rating system. And also, I'm going to give it my yes, no, maybe. So let's break it down. First pick, James Harden. Yes. Tyrese Maxey. Yes. Vucevic. Yes. Holmgren. Yes. Allen. Yes. Randall. Yes. Powell. Yes. Beal. Maybe. Maybe I should have grabbed Cam Thomas or Cameron Johnson there. It's okay. Jared McCain. Maybe. I am high on him. I'm high on VJ too. There's a lot of guards there. I already got Tyrese. Maybe. Dan Gafford. Maybe. Benedict Mathurin. Maybe. Trey Johnson. Maybe. I need to see. With rookies, you got to see. Ubaselli, Guerschon Ubaselli at the last pick of the draft, going to New York, I'm going to give him a yes, and a tentative yes. So overall, I think the squad is pretty solid. I'm going to give myself a 4 out of 5 GOAT rating. Quickly do this outro, and then we'll answer all questions, and we'll hang out in the chat for a minute. Now that you know who to draft from the 12th position, check out our playlist of all of our mock drafts. Cut. Now we go into overtime. All right, cool. Let's get to the chat. I'm going to work backwards so we can get everything up on the board. We got B-Ball Dad, competitive draft. I love it. I love it too. My guy. When I tell you, I've been doing this for 5 years, yo. This is our 5th season. We're going into our 5th season. We have never, maybe I'm tripping. If somebody has time, go back and look at all of our mock draft playlists. I don't remember one time where we had everybody stay, even to the end, not go to the bathroom and miss something. Sometimes people like miss the 6th round, but then they're back for the 8th and 9th. But I've never seen something that was sheer perfection like this. That was amazing. I'm so impressed. So impressed. So we're going to work backwards. Ray Working says, please don't forget the screenshot of the draft before exiting. LOL. Thank you. I'll get the screenshot. I might do it with my phone because my computer be wilding out sometimes. So I might have to do it with my phone, but it's right here. Look, I won't do you like that. It's still here. I'm saving that. I have not forgot Ray, but Ray, I appreciate you because we got to support each other. I got a bad memory. I'm like, if you see how many freaking buttons I got over here, I got all kinds of basketball cards on my desk. Hold up, let me show y'all because I set up the other camera for y'all so you can see. This is because I need to know. Anyway. Yeah, we need that reminder. Those friendly nudges are welcomed. Where is Grady D? Grady D didn't go. The Dick Man didn't go. Hey, yeah, the Dickman didn't go. Dickman didn't go. That is wild work, Robbin Marx. Get yourself together. Yeah, Filipowski, I got to step my game up. I had a few players. I've been coming into the drafts. Fellas, I'm going to keep it a stack with you. I have a really good understanding of what's happening in fantasy because of all of the content that I'm creating, all of the team members that we brought on. If you didn't know, we brought on a bunch of writers to help us with our Believe in Fantasy newsletter. If you don't know about the newsletter, you can pull up. All you have to do is visit believeinfantasy.com. But we also brought on video content creators, my man Matty G and my man NBA Fantasy Bible. You know what I'm saying? So we got a bunch of new energy here, right? So I'm thinking fantasy all the time, but like I wrote down some names here, right? Look, I got even the rounds I was going to take them in and everything, but I haven't been doing that until this draft. So as we get closer and closer to the season, best believe we're going to be continuing to just increase the level of focus and value that we provide for you guys. Then we got Highlight Factory says, oh, I found a sneaky pick. I got him. Trey Johnson. I was right there. I was right, Trey. Oh, I asked them, if you guys are just tuning in right now, I asked them Trey Johnson or Isaiah Collier, and they said Trey Johnson, and then my man Kill Craven said Collier, whatever. And you know what? Let me talk about pronouncing names, because like there's this whole thing. Like, listen, guys, there are NBA analysts on ESPN who cannot pronounce people's names right, right? There are pretentious, I don't want to be disrespectful here. There are pretentious individuals in the NBA content space who are policing pronunciation of player names. And all I can say to that is get the frick out of here. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? That is hot dog water with the bratwurst residue. Like, it's not okay. Like, I get it. We don't want to intentionally screw up people's names, but gently helping someone to address what the proper pronunciation of a person's name is fine. But demeaning them or somehow discrediting their their ability to talk shop when it comes to NBA is crazy to me. My guy, I spent time at NBC Sports Roto World. My guy, I spent some time at hashtag basketball, helping with their dynasty rankings a few years ago. My guy, I'm a member of the Fantasy Writers Association. Come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? Like, so I would say to you, if you're going to be that narc, right? That's like, oh my God, it's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be this. Like, get the frick out of here with that. I'm sorry. I just had to go there because I'm seeing it in the comments, and not even on my stuff, because they're like, there's a couple of resources, including an NBA site that it gives you the correct pronunciation of their names. But check this out. Sometimes they pronounce it wrong. The players say their names different than what the actual site says. So I'm just saying, give people some grace. That's it. All right, cool. Ray says, I wonder how him and Klingon will perform with Denny and Shaden taking the majority of the shots. Ooh, which player are we talking about there? What player are you talking about? Let me know in the comments. Who is he talking about there? That's good. All right, cool. And where's Grady? Cool. So I think we're caught up there. Highlight says shh on the Wizards. Cheap viewers. What? Amir, what kind of spammy nonsense? What are you doing? Like, what are we doing here? Like, come on, man. Let me know in the comments. Did the sound work? Let me know. Did the sound work when we switch cameras? I'm curious to know. You can hear me. Nope. All right, cool. We got Ray says Tumani. Ray says love the Filipowski got drafted. Mark says pretty high on Luka. You daggone Skippy. I am too. I am high on Luka. I'm Cheech and Chong high on Luka. I love it. I'm giving Cat for Chet though. Brett says, all right. The Believe merch drop, need a hat. Oh, Hoop Venture. Can we? Hey, let me tell you real quick while we on it, because you know I'm not out here. I didn't say anything about merch. I'm not selling no merch. But if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. You roll my butt. So I was gonna tell him this season, Hoop Venture. This season, I was thinking like, yo, should we, should we like, should we like continue to do what we were doing? If you look at the history of the channel, I try to get like as many NBA fitteds as possible. Like that's my collection. I collect fitteds. And I was like, man, I got this OG logo. If you guys are old school, let me know in the comments if you remember the name of the original name of the podcast before it changed to Believe in Fantasy. But this OG logo here, right? This OG logo, you know, that's our logo that we created. So I was like, this season, like, I'm not gonna wear NBA teams. I'm wearing my team, our team. Let me show you what I got. So, you know, we got the OG black, right? OG black. But then this year, I don't know if you guys know about these hats. This is old school. These are what we call the game. These joints here, you see that? Game. So the game hats, these are like mesh hats. These are like what the coaches wear on the sideline. So it's made for like when you sweat. Oh my God, I got to show you this. This is crazy. Look at the embroidery there. And then all inside, you know, you got all of that. And then of course, you know, we got the OG logo happening here. So we got that one. And then I got a few other colors. I'm not going to show you right now because I don't want to be all just showing all colors. But this season, all I'm rocking is OG logo stuff. Let me know in the comments if you guys remember if you were around when we had the original podcast name. Can we see the draft board? Yeah, I'm going to do the draft. Ray, Jesus Christ, Ray. Like, what time is it? Come on, man. I got you, man. I got you. Ray, he wants that. In his defense, he said that a while ago. I'm just teasing. Kill Raven said interesting. Ray Working says a lot of guard depth in Philly. The Harden Booker combo would have went crazy. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Then we got, hey, Believe, you should tell them how at the start of the draft to take advantage of drafting PFs and Cs. That's good. I'm not mad at that. So I think Scon Light got a good point. I'm interested in that. Wally says double goat. Whoo, that's a goat, right? Not a cow. I hope you didn't call. You're my man, AP Jones. You're going to hear more from him really soon. I'm not telling you everything, but I'm telling you something. I'm not telling you everything, but I'm telling you something. Can you take a screenshot? Okay, cool. I think we're caught up on old messages. Okay, cool. Kill Raven said we got no sound. So I won't bring that joint back in. I think it's just for visuals then. I think it's something where it's like, it's just a visual thing. And it's ways we can make it work. You can still hear my original sound when that's up though. So I think that's all good. But I'm just messing around and it's not necessary. No on the sound. It didn't work when you switch to Monty. Okay, cool. And then we got highlights saying, I just put that in the Discord. I couldn't get a power forward late. And then B-Ball Dad said, new hat is clean. Yo, I'm telling you, I'm not even selling the hats right now because it probably cost me, I want to say it probably costs about $25 to make the hat. So these joints, just on the strength of the quality of these joints, right? Just on the strength of the quality of these joints, the quality alone, right? The quality alone of this joint is, buying it is already, I got to pay. And then it cost me like another, I want to say it cost us like $9 to get this joint on it. You know what I'm saying? So anytime I put the logo on something, it costs like another $9. So I'm not even trying to sell these joints. But if the community wants, the community gets. And that's how I've always operated. So for me, I'm not looking like, hey, how can I come up and make some money off of my community by selling hats? Like, I'm not even here for all of that. If y'all know the history of the channel, y'all know the channel started in 2021, October 25th, I believe, because my brother, who was on his deathbed at the time, told me he wanted to start a gaming channel. I always wanted to start a fantasy podcast, even tried it in the past, didn't really lean into it. And then when he said that and he was stricken with a heart condition, I was like, you know what? Let me go create this thing. So I started it on the 25th of October, I believe. And on the 7th of November, my brother Kevin passed away. That is the genesis of this channel. So it's never been like, oh, how can I make a business? How can I make money off of it? Like, I got a great job. I have a business as well. My wife has a great job. We're good. The we lose money on the podcast, to be honest. We lose money on it. It's generating some money, but all of the money we make from it, we put into it. The camera, the lights, the swag, all of that is tax deductible stuff. Like, this is a business, you know what I'm saying? But the objective is not to get rich. The objective has always been clear, and I'll repeat it for you, is to create a safe space, right? A safe space that's not toxic, that's not condescending, where new and experienced fantasy managers, fantasy basketball managers, can come and have a community under the umbrella of a shared interest. So we have a shared interest, and because we all like the same thing, we all hang together and we pour into each other. In our MVP group, if you guys ever wanted to become like a paid member of the community, which we have, we talk about it a lot, but it's not something that will be a barrier for you to get value. You're going to get value any way you look at it. You know what I'm saying? So we always give away the free nuggets. Like, we do the shows, the podcast, you'll get all of the nuggets. But the MVP, I talk about it, yo. It's like going into a fantasy basketball therapy session. It's not even like, hey, who do I pick? Who do I grab? Like, who on the waiver wire rankings? Nah, it's like, it's life stuff happening in there. It's like life stuff happening in there, yo. When we have challenges, when we have tragedies, when we have wins in the MVP chat in the Discord, that's what it's like. So, if you're open to it, I would strongly consider it. And to do that, all you have to do is visit believeinfantasy.com and select the level of support that you're comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? You can select free, and you'll be in the Discord for free, hanging out with over 2,000 fantasy basketball sickos. But if you decide that you want to pay, I think it's like 27 cents a day, you get to chill out in the private MVP group. Also get access to priority DM replies and email replies from me, as well as the rest of the analysts in the community. And you also, for the first time ever, something we're doing brand new this season, we're doing a private podcast stream. So we're doing a private podcast stream every week. Once the season starts, we're going to take your questions, and then I'm going to go on and do a private stream just for the members. They'll only have the link, and if they want to pull up to the link and answer their questions live, or ask their questions live, I should say, they can jump on, and I'll also answer everything that I gathered, and then I'll distribute that podcast feed on our Substack. So we're doing a lot of cool stuff this year, man, and I'm just grateful that you guys are here. Ray says they got Derek Harper before. Your man said Derek Harper. Yo, I cannot. Your man said Derek Harper. You got Derek Harper before Steph Castle on the depth chart, and RIP to my bro. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. And that's what I say it all the time. When we doing the jokes, when you hear me say things like, I got all the sayings, right, for the community. Come on, ma. Standing on business. I don't give a Shih Tzu puppy. Hot dog water with the bratwurst residue. Dumpster juiceville. Top off. Boobies is out. Hair blowing in the wind. Nasty work, questionable work. The glaze is otherworldly. All of that stuff, that's my brother. My brother's right here with me. So he was mad funny, yo. Yo, he was mad funny. He had like a fake tooth, right? And he'd be talking to you. He'd be like, you know what I'm saying? And he's a hood dude. He did 20 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? My brother did 20 years in prison. So he was different, and then he got deported to Trinidad and Tobago, where he eventually passed away. But he had a fake tooth. and you didn't know, and he'll be talking to you. He'd be like, "Yeah, man, you know," and he would pop that joint out, bloop bloop. Yo, it was like Dame Dash. That joint would just be like Poppington. It was just wild, Joe. So again, we do this in his memory, but also it's something that, you know, I think sometimes when we lose people, sometimes we can push them to the back of our memory, right? We like grandma, whatever, aunt, uncle, mom, dad, brother, and we push it back. But I think one of the therapeutic mechanisms of this show is that every time I pull up, it's always like a positive vibration, even when I'm like stern about stuff, because I get very stern about, you know, I say pretentious a lot because a lot of times in the fantasy community, especially when you go into forums like on Reddit, there's certain Reddit communities where you get on there and you be like, hey, I'm having some trouble with, you know, adding players. Like, how do you do that? They're like, what are you doing here? You noob. You freaking noob. What are you doing here? You don't know why are you even here? This is fantasy basketball. You have to be extremely intelligent and smart. Go back to fantasy football. And I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, you don't own this. You don't. It's for the people. It's for the people. So one thing that we are adamant, dedicated, and like we stand on is that everyone is welcome here and everyone has a voice. Your voice will never be blocked here. You'll never be like, hey, I have a question about, no, you can't ask that question here. Go to the other group. You didn't comment enough. You have to comment 10 times before you can ask a question. You need permission to ask a question. Like, what the frick are y'all doing over there? I'm not saying no names because I don't like to stir crap. But if you're around a fantasy basketball community, you know, like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? I'm standing on that. And that's one of the motivating factors behind this community. Is like, I don't want anybody from any background, any level of play feeling like they need to like tiptoe into a space to ask a question. And the only thing that will get you removed from our community is doing that. Like, hey, like, what, you play in a points league? Like, what are you, a baby? Oh, what, you play on Sleeper? Oh man, Sleeper is for scrubs. What? What? Where they do that at? Like, this is a video, a game on your phone where you pick and pretend players to play on your pretend team. How trivial. Come on, man. Like, respect, don't, come on, man. Like, let's get off that. So with that being said, you will never have to exercise a certain amount of activity to be able to have your voice heard here. You'll always be welcome here. The only thing we ask is that you're kind and respectful. So we don't allow like people cursing each other out, all that toxicity that you see in those other fantasy basketball Reddit groups that they allow, but they won't allow people to ask simple questions. We don't tolerate any of that. No cussing people out, no bullying, none of that kind of stuff is tolerated here like they tolerate in other spaces. With that being said, we for the people, man. We for the freaking people. I know I don't typically go hard like this, but I know that it's needed in this space. Ray says, nah, fantasy a real team when you playing in money leagues. Yo, Ray is in rare form. He said, it's real as, he said, I don't know what you heard, but my team is absolutely real. That is good. Highlight Factory laughing with me. Oh God. Listen, folks. This has been an absolute honor, man, serving with y'all tonight. We'll be back 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week. Remember that we will be giving away a $100 Amazon gift card at the start of the season to celebrate season 5 here. We're also going to be giving away all of these cards. We're going to give away, somebody's going to get this in the mail. They're going to get this Tyrese Halliburton rated rookie card. Somebody else is going to get this Tyrese Maxey rookie card. Somebody else is going to get this. And I just added this one, this LaMelo Ball rookie card. Somebody else is going to get this, another rated rookie, Evan Mobley rookie card. And somebody else is going to get this one. I really love this card. It's all from my personal collection. Anthony Edwards rookie card. And then for the actual graded cards, we're going to give one of these away. Right now, there's a survey on our YouTube page, community page. And if you guys are on YouTube, you can actually leave posts in the community section. So you can ask your questions there. We got my man, Pat Mamba, who is from Next Level Fantasy. He joined the team. He's going to be on YouTube as well. He can respond to questions. I can respond to questions. Matty G as well as DMAC have been super active in the YouTube community. So if you got questions, you can also drop them on YouTube. But there's a poll up there right now. You can vote on which one of these cards we're giving away. We're giving one of them away. This is a rookie card, Josh Okogie, with a signature there, autographed, PSA 9. Then we got, which is one of my favorite cards, this one. Oh my God. This is the Jordan, leave the kids at the pool with the baddies. This is what they call a purple shock PSA 9. It's a beautiful card. You really can't see it with the light here. It's a beautiful card, man. It has like this whole reflective thing happening. Then we got the card that I think people should vote for, but they're not. This is the PSA 10, the only PSA 10 that I'm willing to give away in this round. And this is a Tyler Hero NBA Hoops PSA 10. Beautiful card. And this is the leader. This is the one that people look like they want the most. And this is a PSA 9 Cade Cunningham Rookie Select card. So this one is leading right now. So again, absolutely free. And every month on this channel, if you're new to the community, every month I give away cards. Like, that's my thing to do. We've never given away the Amazon gift card. We're doing that because we want to go hard this season. We're like pushing it up a level. We always try to improve every year and try new things. And that's why we're giving away a little cash too, to just make it that much more interesting for you. So with that being said, we'll be pulling up next week, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got a typo? We got a typo? We got the typo. It says believeinfantasy.com. Well, y'all know. I'm not gonna go. You know what? I'm in the spirit of honesty and transparency. Let me fix that. We're gonna fix that right now. Boom. How about that? That's my man. Thank you, Highlight Factory. I appreciate you. We fixed it. I typed that joint up right before we went online. I typed that joint up. Okay, cool. So listen, just remember one thing before we get out of here. Actually, a couple of things. Don't forget, play the waivers, set your lineups, and believe in fantasy. Peace.